The Warren Commission did something completely crazy and surrealistic, unique in criminology. Oswald arrived at the Payne residence in Irving wearing his light gray jacket on November 21st, and he left with it for the Texas School Book Depository the following day. The dark blue jacket, or coat, Commission Exhibit 163, was in his room at the boarding house in Oak Cliff. The Warren Commission adopted a scenario that reverses the locations of these two jackets. It placed the dark blue, Commission Exhibit 163, in Irving, while placing the light gray, Commission Exhibit 162, in Oak Cliff. To achieve this, the Warren Commission was forced to invalidate all eyewitnesses. Let us review, in a table, the testimony regarding the jacket Oswald wore in Irving and at the boarding house.
Our purpose is to track and analyze exactly which jacket Oswald wore on November 22, 1963. To do this systematically, we built the table of witnesses. Our entire analysis focuses on tracking what Oswald wore across three critical locations on that fateful day. First, Irving, where Oswald stayed overnight on the eve of the assassination. Second, the Texas School Book Depository, where he arrived for work at approximately 8 a.m., and third, the Oak Cliff rooming house, where he returned at approximately 1 p.m. Let's break down exactly what the data reveals. Column 3 lists these three locations of interest. Column 2 identifies the eyewitnesses present at each location. Of particular significance is our seventh witness, Texas School Book Depository Superintendent Roy Truly. Truly showed the recovered jacket, Commission Exhibit 163, to Oswald's co-workers. Every single one of them, without exception, stated they had never seen Oswald wear it before. Column 4 identifies which of Oswald's two jackets the witness observed. Column 5 and onward explain the methodology used to arrive at these conclusions. We categorize the witness testimonies regarding Oswald's jacket using two distinct methods: physical identification of the actual garments or literal description. For witnesses who underwent a physical identification process, we note whether they were shown one or both jackets. When shown only a single jacket, the identification is classified as direct, a positive identification of that jacket, or indirect, the rejection of that jacket implying the selection of the other. In column 5, titled Which Jacket Identified, blank fields indicate that the witness was never physically shown either jacket for identification. For witnesses who were never shown the physical evidence, we mapped their verbal descriptions of the garment to one of the two official exhibits, Commission Exhibit 162 or Commission Exhibit 163. To ensure absolute objectivity, this comparative analysis was executed using 5 distinct large language models. Column 8 displays the results of this AI-driven description mapping. Notably, the 5 large language models achieved 100% consensus in matching the witness descriptions to the correct physical jackets. In the final column, titled Shirt Characterization, we track whether a witness described the Commission Exhibit 162 jacket as a shirt. This distinction is vital because CE 162 was a lightweight garment, leading several witnesses to characterize it as a shirt rather than a jacket. In other words, the two jackets differed not only in color, but also significantly in fabric weight and thickness. As a reminder, the purpose of the table of eyewitnesses is to prove with 100% certainty that the individual who entered the Oak Cliff rooming house at 1 p.m. on November 22nd was not Lee Harvey Oswald, but a CIA imposter operative. In order to invalidate the disclosure derived from this witness matrix, Earl Warren executed a maneuver entirely unprecedented in the global history of forensic criminal investigation. He flatly inverted the testimony of 100% of the eyewitnesses. For the complete step-by-step proof of this claim, please refer to my article, The Two Jackets Case on X and Other Platforms, or read my book, JFK Assassination, 3 Theorems, 3 Mathematical Proofs.
We will begin by examining the single solution that successfully resolves all the inconsistencies. 1. the two jackets. 2. The honking of the police car. 3. The two Oswalds at the Texas Theater. 4. The Carl Mather incident. And 5. The forgeries of the FBI 301 FD forms. We will ultimately arrive at a finding that completely refutes the lone gunman theory. This conclusion is certain to astound everyone. Let us dive into the surreal and unrestrained world of the Warren Commission. 1. The Carl Mather incident. As detailed in Section 3.3.1 of the book, this episode proves with 100% certainty that a CIA operation linking Tippit and Oswald was underway in Oak Cliff on November 22, 1963. Tippit wasn't on a routine patrol. He was functioning as a CIA asset. 2. The honking patrol car. A police vehicle pulled up in front of Oswald's boarding house exactly when he was inside and honked in a coded signal. This happened at a time when police officially had no knowledge of Oswald's address, and they were supposedly still searching for him around 1 p.m. The odds of this being random are 0. It was intentional coordination. 3. The Texas Theater anomalies. Witnesses, including theater manager Warren "Butch" Burroughs and patron Jack Davis, testified that Oswald entered the Texas Theater before 1:20 p.m., a timeline impossible if he had just shot Tippit. In fact, Burroughs testified that Oswald bought popcorn from him at 1:15 p.m. An official Dallas Police Department intelligence report, filed on November 23, 1963, by Detective L.D. Stringfellow, states, Oswald was arrested in the balcony of the theater, even though other reports claim he was arrested in the auditorium. Burroughs also described seeing a second Oswald-like figure being arrested, like his brother, while Bernard J. Hare, owner of a hobby shop 2 doors down, saw an arrested Oswald being led out through the back alley, despite police records showing the real Oswald was escorted out the main entrance. 4. There is absolute inconsistency regarding which jacket Oswald was wearing on his route from the TSBD to the Texas Theater. This will also prove to be the key to the case, and we will examine it in detail below. Students of the JFK assassination case will notice that I have not mentioned at all the colossal issue of the exact time when Tippit was killed. This is deliberate because, as we shall see, the precise moment at which Tippit was executed plays absolutely no role in solving the case. Whether Tippit was shot at 1:05 p.m. or at 1:16 p.m. makes no difference whatsoever to our analysis. Nevertheless, we will examine the forgeries the CIA committed on FBI FD 301 forms in order to alter the record and set the time of Tippit's death 10 minutes later. There must have been a reason for them to commit such felonies. Any credible theory must explain the above-mentioned 4 points. The official story explains none of them.